Hello everybody, how are you doing today? This is Alex with the very first video in a series of tutorials for our new design software, Iris. If you're a new designer and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, well, hello and welcome to the Shepard team. If you're a designer that's been with us for years upon years, well, hello and welcome back. I'm hoping that these videos will be able to shed a little bit of light onto our new design software. Regardless of how long you've been with the team, there's a really good chance that if you're watching this video, you know a good amount about AutoCAD and all of its functionality, but you're probably not too familiar with Iris. Well, I'm here to shed a little bit of light on it and hopefully give you some tutorials on how to use it in order to create projects that'll successfully go out to our account executives, our pricing department, and our production teams so we can make all of our drawings a reality. Now, before we get into the tutorials on the software itself, I kind of want to take a few moments and just kind of gloss over what I'm doing with the videos here real fast. If you're listening real close or with headphones on, you probably hear that my microphone drops in and out from time to time. And the reason for that is so I can basically take these chapters and break them down into smaller parts, sub-chapters if you want to call them that. And the reason why I'm doing that is that it helps us go back and make easy changes to a video, just in case any type of function changes or if we find a better way to do something. Now, I'd like to take a moment and say that these videos are actually a resource for everyone, and that includes me. What I mean by that is there's times where I might be showing you a function in Iris that I've done, time upon time upon time just through testing, and I might miss a crucial detail that I automatically just do out of habit, but it may not be clear to you. And if you come across something like that, feel free to contact me either by email or give me a phone call and let me know about what I'm talking about, but even more so, give me the timestamp on the video. And that way I can go back and look in the sub-chapters that I've created for this and determine whether or not something needs to be reshot. And if it does, I can take it, do a quick reshoot on it, compile the video, put it back out there, and then that way everyone has the same information. I'd also like to mention that I'm going to try to keep these videos fairly short so they can be used as quick reference guides, which means I'm going to try to keep them around the 10-minute mark. So you might see a few more chapters out there than you might expect, but I'm doing this so it's easier for you to go in and see a title and get exactly the information that you need as quick as possible without having to skim through a video and basically listen to a lot of stuff that you already know. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that we actually need to do before we get into Iris itself. First things first, I highly recommend that you go to TeamViewer.com. I'll bring up the page here real fast. I highly recommend that you go to this website and download the free personal version of TeamViewer. And the reason for that is so if you come across an error and you're not able to find a way to actually tell me what's going on with it, you can send me your user ID and your password, and I can actually log into your machine and you can show me exactly what's happening in real time. Because we're using all different machines with different graphic cards and different processors, there is a slight chance that there might be an error that occurs in Iris that might happen on your machine but may not happen on mine. So if I can get in and take a look at it, I can take the error message that you're getting, send it off to the developer, and we can come up with a pretty quick fix for it. The next thing that you're going to need, and I cannot emphasize the word need enough, is a Dropbox account. And the reason why you need this is because unlike a lot of softwares where you download them, run a setup, and throw in an activation key, Iris works primarily off of Dropbox. And we actually go into AutoCAD and we set up permissions that read off of your Dropbox folder. When you set up your Dropbox account, make sure that you choose the free personal account, and this will get you a 2 GB Dropbox folder that is accessible anywhere, just so long as you have an internet connection. When you set up your Dropbox account, and I'll see if I can bring this up here real fast, the best thing to do is to set up an account with your work email and your work password. Once that's set up, click I agree to the Dropbox terms and create an account, and you should receive an email pretty quickly from Dropbox letting you know that you just created an account. It will send you a verification email that you have to go in and click on, and that'll actually activate your account. Once your Dropbox account is activated, send an email to your design supervisor and we will automatically link up 2 folders to your personal account. The 2 folders that you're going to see come through your email are going to be a folder called Iris and another one called Library. I'll bring up the email that I used as a test email just to make sure that it works so you can see what the emails look like. So right here you'll see this email that was actually sent from my work account to a dummy account that basically says Alex Becker has invited you to edit the folder Iris on your Dropbox. You'll click go to folder and that will automatically log you back into your Dropbox account and invite you to add it. And since it's already added, I'm not going to show you how to do it. But the second one is going to be the same thing, where it's basically saying that it wants to share the library with you. Once you add these to your Dropbox account, you're probably going to notice that this little icon, if you can see down here where it's flashing, you're going to notice that this little Dropbox icon has a green icon and it's going to turn blue. When it turns blue in that little circle there, it means that your account is syncing up. And since we have a good amount of parts in our library, it could take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes for everything to load up and sync to your library. Once everything is synced up, we can go into AutoCAD's options menus and actually tell AutoCAD to go in and look at the Dropbox folders in order for it to install Iris. After we have the TeamViewer account set up and we have our Dropbox account set up and syncing, just minimize out of this, we're going to go over to Windows Explorer and we're going to go over to the J drive and download a folder. Now if you don't have access to the J drive, if you're a new designer, let us know and we'll get you set up on that. In the J drive there's going to be a folder that says SES Design Reference Materials How-Tos. We're going to go into this and we're going to drag over the folder here that says Iris Resources. And once this copy's over, we'll take them and place them where they need to be, but just for the meantime we're going to go ahead and grab them as a whole off of the network just to make them easier and a little more manageable for when we go ahead and put them up. And it should be done downloading here in just a few seconds. There we go. So let's take a look at what we just downloaded here. We'll close out of the J drive and we'll go into Iris Resources. And first folder that we have is Designer DWTs. So what these are the drawing templates that we'll use in Iris that will give you all of your page views, all of your layers, and all of your standards. And as you can tell, they all have a name on them that is set up specifically for each user. So don't you feel special? The next thing that we got is a PC3 folder, or excuse me, a PC3 file, and this is called Iris Plot 1, and this is going to be our plot file. Below that, if we get out of that, is a folder called S2S files, and this stands for send to shop. Now, when we run things through Iris, we create something called schedules, and if you're used to using Exhibit, you're probably used to them being called extracts, and throughout the videos I'll probably end up switching words. I'll say schedules or say extracts. But once we run that, all the information basically stays within AutoCAD and exports a couple of files out that need to go out to production. These 2 send to shop files will allow us to be able to send those out to both production and to our graphics team in order to get graphics done and to have metal pulled. So now that we have all this information, I'm actually going to wrap this video up a little early because, as I mentioned before, I'm going to try to keep these things around 10 minutes long, and I feel like this one already might be a little bit over. So in the meantime, feel free to check out the next video where we actually go in and we create a profile and start installing parts of Iris into AutoCAD. I'd like to thank you for watching these videos. If you have any questions or comments, again, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call, even if you have any suggestions on how I could possibly make the videos any better. Something I'd like to tell you is that these videos will also be up on YouTube. I created a YouTube channel that'll have these videos up, and if you click subscribe on it, it'll let you know any single time that I have these videos updated. I'll also be putting these out on the network, and I'll send out an email notification once we have new videos up. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.